Welcome, everybody. It is Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. It's 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Do you know where your truck picks are? It's good to be here. My name is Scott the Steamroller Steam. I am the host of Hit the Track, the weekly show where we take a look at the upcoming NASCAR events, and we usually bring on an expert or two to lay out their picks, their reasoning, and why you should be playing them and making money. Of course, I am joined as always, by my partner in crime, co-founder over there at hitthepick.com, the one and only Tom Macrina, a.k.a. Rye Cape. He's been out there on the golf course the last couple of days. How's those legs doing, buddy? You doing all right?
Yeah, it's I don't feel it. I guess I don't know. Yeah, I feel good. I feel like a 45-year-old man who hasn't walked that far in a long time. So
Oh man, yeah, those golf courses, man, they're longer than you think. They're a lot hillier than they look on TV. I remember a buddy of mine got me into Augusta one time, not for the tournament itself, but just to walk it. And holy crap, there's a lot of hills you don't see on TV, man. It'll flat take it out of you. So let's talk about a sport where there ain't no walking involved at all, Tommy. It's a thinking man's sport. You get in the car and you go, and it's going to be Kansas. We're coming to you from my backyard, the Kansas Speedway out there in Kansas City, Kansas. We're going to run the AdventHealth 400. Man, you excited?
I am excited. Kansas is one of my favorite tracks, especially of the 1.5 miles. So we should see good racing. We'll see what happens. Actually, last year this was closest finish in NASCAR history. So if we're not seeing action all race, we're probably going to see it at the end of the race.
Okay. Recap that finish for us last year for those of you that may not have tuned in to the finish of the Kansas race. Is that the spring race or the fall race?
That was the fall race. Chris Buescher, I think Kyle Busch was the other one.
Okay.
And Kyle Larson, who's a favorite this week.
All right, very nice.
Yeah, closest. It was the closest finish. Picture
should be a lot of fun. I have been out there for a few races. It's been a minute since I've been out there, but it's a good track. It's a nice, because it's fairly new-ish. Probably it's almost 25 years old now, but a lot of good customer amenities. Kind of a modern facility. Very good place to watch a race. So. Yeah, whenever you come out, I'll buy you barbecue. So, all right, let's get to it. Now, we did not do a show last week. Both of us had some previous engagements, and we did have a guest lined up for today, but he bailed on us. What's his story, Tom?
He's married, and his wife said no.
Fair enough. Pretty much sums it up. For everybody that's married, they completely understand that statement. And if you're not married and you make fun of it, we're going to be here for you whenever you get married and find out that it's absolutely true. That's the way it works. Okay. So, where did they raced it? Where last week? Texas?
Last week was at Texas. Yeah. I actually posted my plays, and we had Joey Logano as the winner and as the top forward. So we cashed a 20-1 and we cashed a 5-1. So, it was a good week if you tailed the plays.
Well, I'm very good. And you can just because the show stops doesn't mean Tom does. He bets these in real life, kids. He's a NASCAR fan in real life, not just on Friday afternoons. And you can find his picks over there at X at Rye Cape, and of course the Hit the Pick Discord channel as well, where he lays down a lot of freebies there. And you'll see Tom there almost every day in the Discord channel. So let's talk about this race at Kansas. Why do you like this one better than say Texas or Chicago, all the other places with those kind of cutter 1.5-mile dry ovals?
We don't race Chicago anymore.
Oh, it's a street race now.
It's a street course now. Yeah,
That's right.
But yeah, I hear they have the progressive banking, which is you don't see that at all the tracks. So you're going to see a lot of multiple racing lines, intense battles. We're going to see a lot of cautions. There's going to be action. I think qualifying and practice is going to be crucial for track position. We're going to see tire management, pit strategy. They're going to be key. I'm I'm a fan of the strategy races, so this is a good one for me. But yeah, this Kansas favors drivers who excel in the restarts and the late race execution. So the later the race gets, the more action we're going to see.
All right, very good. Should be a lot of fun. And I know they resurfaced out there about 5-6 years ago, and the racing seems to have gotten a lot better since they laid down the new track.
Yeah, they're asphalt track too. So there are certain guys who are actually the guy I'm highest on is a good asphalt driver.
Well, okay, so I know at Bristol you got concrete. What are other surfaces do they run on for the uninitiated, sir?
That's what it is. Asphalt, concrete.
Are there any other
asphalt,
concrete tracks?
Yeah.
Are there other concrete tracks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of them are. Asphalt, Dover.
Okay. All right.
New Hampshire might be too. I'm not sure.
There you go. But most of them are concrete?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? See, you learn something new every day. And what you people are learning, if you're tuning in right now, is which one of us is the expert. So hopefully before now you knew that. But if you didn't, here it is slapped across your face that I'm the face and Tom's the brains is the way that works. So let's talk about it. It's going to be, as I mentioned, the AdventHealth 400, and it's going to be there on Sunday afternoon. Of course, before we get rolling, don't forget to stop by and check out hitthepick.com. We are more than just NASCAR. We've got 5 tremendous handicappers over there. Somebody's always hot in a particular sport, so make sure you check it out. Right now, we've got our $99 special. That's $99 to get you the capper of your choice. Every pick they make every single day, all the way through June. So check that out at hitthepick.com. All right, so just the official stats on this, Tom. It's a 1.5 mile tri-oval, 267 laps, 3 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to tune that in on your TV, that is FS1. And Tom, this was one of the last sacred cows to fall in NASCAR. That's the racing on Mother's Day. They used to, you didn't race on Easter, you didn't race on Mother's Day. But, since they've expanded the schedule, they pretty much said, screw Jesus and screw the mothers. We're racing. So you guys need to figure that out and fit it all in.
Yeah, we had off on Easter.
Huh?
We had off on Easter.
Did they not race Easter? They still didn't race Easter? Yeah. Okay. All right.
We're racing Mother's Day.
We are racing Mother's Day.
Last year they didn't race on Father's Day. How about that?
Well, that's usually the Michigan race. The Father's Day is
Michigan's later.
Traditionally the Michigan race, which is, I think, one of the most boring tracks outside of Pocono in the world.
Yes, it is.
We'll talk about that when we get there. In the meantime, we're going to talk about Kansas, baby. Tommy, I know you've got some picks. You've got a long shot there coming in. So let's talk a little bit about that. Who you like to take the checkered flag first, there, my friend?
Yeah, so I'm gonna stay away from the favorites until practice and qualify and see if we can get better numbers. I like Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin. I just don't like their prices. The guy I do like is Chase Elliott. You can find him at 22-1. So his record at Kansas, he has 17 starts, 1 win. It was back in 2018. He has 7 top 5s, 11 top 10s with an average finish of 9.8, which is really good. Last year, he finished 3rd here. It was a race where we saw multiple cautions in overtime. So it shows that he can be in that style of racing, that at the end of the race, he's going to be clean and be able to get to the front. But this season, he's shown consistent top 10 finishes. I just think he's undervalued here. He's been consistent at Kansas. He avoids trouble in the high-stakes moments. And his driving style just suits Kansas. I think he's going to be able to maintain a good speed through multiple lines. And the progressive banking is something he's good at as well.
And tell us about progressive banking in a nutshell. What is that, Tom?
So we're going low to high to low, I guess you would call it.
All right. So it peaks in turn 2, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of the other tracks, as you're when you're getting to the end, you're just flowing into, like, you're still in banking. This one, you're off of it at some
Okay.
point.
All right. Very good. And this is our weekly admonition for everybody out there to shop your lines, because I'm usually looking at DraftKings when we're doing this in real time. I don't have the ability to have every site up and go back and forth, but I will say they have Chase Elliott to win at 12-1, sir.
Yeah.
So make sure you chop your lines, because by doing that, you're almost doubling your value. So it is worth it not to use just one particular book, to always look around and see who's got the best price, regardless, of course, if you're in a state where you do have multiple options. If you're not, that's the way it goes. But if you're in a state like Tom, where you have multiple options, there is almost always a good price. So where are you finding that 22-1? Where should we?
That was on Bet365.
Okay, and that is a Pennsylvania book.
Yeah, most people should have it if it's legal in your state. It's pretty popular.
Okay, very good.
Really, it's only all I use it for is NASCAR.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
They have a bricks and mortar there in Pennsylvania.
No, I mean, they might. My closest is a FanDuel, which is the book I probably use the least.
Okay, very good. All right, and so you like Chase Elliott to win? Nice price there on him for sure. And then you've got a kind of a fun bet, and if you are a NASCAR bettor, you know that you go to these different sites and they have different groupings. And Tom, you've got a group winner picked out, so I want you to talk about a little bit about that group and where you found it and why it's a good prize.
Yeah, so specifically, you want to get this on DraftKings. That's where it's offered. I'm going to tell you who the guys are, who he's against. So if you can find similar guys and him at a similar price, I don't mind taking it. But if it's Ross Chastain and a bunch of other guys, we cap this one.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's Ross Chastain. Chastain is a Group C winner. You're going to find him at plus 260. He's going to be up against Kyle Busch, Chris Buescher, Bubba Wallace. I'll tell you why I like Chastain first. In 13 starts here, he has one win. That was the 2024 fall race. He has 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s, average finish of 16.5. He led 39 laps at the AdventHealth 400 last year. So he did really well in both of these Kansas races last year. There was a big run-in, chaos at the end, so he ended up finishing 19th. It happens. He's an aggressive driver. But he's consistently been in the top 15. He's shown occasional flashes of brilliance. I just like his recent Kansas success. I think he can outperform the odds here. I like his bold style. It suits Kansas. He's comfortable on these intermediate tracks. It's a high risk, high reward. He has winning potential at Kansas as well. So I do like him outright. But Kyle Busch is another guy that I'll probably be on him, but he hasn't really done anything this season. Chris Buescher, this isn't a good track for him. Bubba Wallace is hit or miss, and I kind of feel like he's going to be a miss.
Now the interesting thing about this Group C on DraftKings, Thomas, they all have the same price. It's the only group where everybody is plus 260, so you can pretty much pick your poison out there, and you get 260 on that. Okay, very very solid, and you laid out the case very well about why you didn't really think the other guys were going to be a danger to Chastain there in Group C. Very nicely done, sir. And I know you've got a manufacturer's prop. You want to tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, so Christopher Bell is another driver I like here. He's really good at qualifying here. He won the pole in the last 3 Kansas races. 4 of the last 6 next-gen races at this track, he's won the pole. So we know he's going to have a good start position. His price for pole is not good, so I probably wouldn't touch that. But I do expect him to win it. In 10 starts, he has 0 wins. He has 2 top 5s, 7 top 10s with the average finish at 10.3. That's pretty good. In the fall race of 2024, he finished 7th. He led laps in each of his last 6 Kansas races, and he's been good this season. As we know, he had the 3 consecutive wins. He has 7 top 10s in 11 races. He's 6th in points. He finished between 3rd and 8th in 6 of his last 7 Kansas races. So we see his consistency at this track. I think his ability to lead laps, the fact that he's a good qualifier here, we're going to go with Christopher Bell as the top Toyota. I got him at plus 350. I think I found that on Caesars, but it's a similar price everywhere.
Okay. Let me ask you this, because I believe he's the second favorite in this race. No, he's actually down the list a little bit. Denny Hamlin, bud. I would think that'd be the Toyota that you have to worry about. He's run very good here, at least lately in his last since 2022. He's made 6 starts there with 6 top 10s, 5 top 5s, and a win. Why do you think it's not going to be his day?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to be bad here. I think Tyler Reddick is competition for him too. You can see that in the odds. But I just think Christopher Bell's going to have the better day.
Okay. All right. Very good. Like I said, Tyler Reddick has been good there as well. All right. So what else we got? What else we got here? Okay. So anything else from the Cup before we move on to the Xfinity Series?
Nah, not really. If you like Christopher Bell to win, I'd take his prices now. As I said, he's good in qualifying. He was good in qualifying in Xfinity and Truck Series too. So he's fast at qualifying at Kansas.
All right, very good. And we've got the Xfinity Series, and I'm assuming that's on Saturday, right?
No Xfinity this week.
Oh, no Xfinity this week.
Yeah, I think Xfinity's off for the next 2 weeks.
I know. I just heard an advertisement here. I know ARCA is running along with the trucks. ARCA is running tonight. That's kind of an interesting series because, well, and I don't know if this is still the case, Tom, but I know back when it was Busch and Winston, they ran completely different cars. They didn't run the same setup, but ARCA would get the old Cup cars. So ARCA was actually running the same cars as the Cup used, at least a season or two in the past, where Xfinity was a different setup and a different body style. Now, is that still the same case? Is that still the same?
I'm not 100% sure about this, but I think ARCA runs the old Xfinity cars.
Okay, so they now run the
Xfinity car and the Cup car are different cars.
Okay, and that's something that probably a lot of people don't know, because they assume it's just one set of rules for each series, and that is not the case at all.
Different horsepowers, tires. Yeah, for every series is different.
Slightly different tweaks. The only thing I did know for sure, the trucks are different because they're trucks. So, yes. And the trucks run on Saturday. You got some trucking thoughts there, buddy?
Yes, Corey Heim's probably going to win this. We have a couple Cup drivers up there as well. I think Hocevar and Byron are there. So I'm probably going to stay away from outrights. I actually might take Heim right before the race starts. But we'll see.
And we've talked about this before. It's a different Corey Heim than the actor, but it's the same Frankie. But it's the same Frankie Muniz as the actor.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Because every week I ask him, like, no, not that Corey Heim. Okay. So you think he's going to win? So you're staying away from him. So what are you doing?
Yep. All right. So actually, this is the first time that we've had this show that we actually don't have practice and qualifying yet.
Right.
For trucks. So, the lines will be out until tomorrow morning. I think qualifying is 10 o'clock. But yeah, I like Tanner Gray. I like him to get a top 5. He finished 5th in Texas last week. He's experienced on the 1.5 miles. There's strength for him. He's been in solid form heading into Kansas, and I think he's going to have a good start position. He's going to be able to run with the pack. You can find him at a top 5 for plus 650.
And that's right now before qualifying, right?
Correct. And that's at Caesars. Not many books offer top 5s on trucks. So, yeah,
Okay.
Caesars is the best price at plus 650.
All
Most
right.
of the other books are plus 600.
Yep, I've got him on DraftKings at plus 600 as well. So, all right, very good, very good.
Which I like. Plus 600 is good too.
And you think those are definitely going to come down after qualifying?
Yeah, I think he's going to have a good qualifying. See, the thing with trucks and Xfinity is their practice and qualifying is so close to the race that you don't have a lot of time, the books, to offer the lines again.
Okay.
So sometimes you're getting the line 15 minutes before the race is about to start.
So as a rule of thumb, because the races are shorter, is starting position even more critical in those quote unquote lesser series?
I would say so to a degree. I guess the thing with the lower series is the top tiered drivers are so much better than everybody else. So these guys are going to get through the field easier. So if you're in a top tier car, you're probably going to be able to move through the traffic.
Well, yeah, because I can remember going out to see the trucks, and they had a couple like local drivers that were driving that had got a truck ride for that race. Like they had a girl named Jennifer Cobb who ran like the weekly series around Kansas City, and then somehow got a truck ride for the race. Is that still a normal thing?
Yeah, she drives every once in a while.
Does she still drive? Has she ever done?
She does.
Has she done well?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's super hard to be successful like that because these truck teams, they just don't have as much money or resources as these big teams do.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot bigger disparity, especially in trucks, between number one and number, I don't know how many they run, 36, 33, whatever it is. You see, and it's reflected in the odds where you see Corey Heim at plus 140, and then you see guys, down like Spencer Boyd, Nathan Bird, Morgan Baird. Those guys are basically 1,000 to 1 to win the race.
I bet Spencer Boyd every week.
Do you really?
Yeah.
To win?
Yes.
How close have you been?
Super speedways sometimes. He'll get a top 5 or something.
Okay.
Even that's rare.
Okay, that's all right. That's I see they have Tony Breedinger on here. Is that a female?
That is a female.
Because it had an I at the end of Tony. That's why I figured.
This is her first season in the trucks. She hasn't been doing very well either.
Well, based on the fact
she's part of the Toyota Gallo team or whatever they call it.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Frankie Muniz, you get him 700 to 1, Tom. Life is unfair. Come on now, Malcolm. We can bet on Malcolm.
I wouldn't bet on him here. If we had top 10s, I might consider taking him for a top 10, but I don't see him being the front of the pack.
Well, if they had a bet for most names, Andres Perez de la Laura Gonzalez, I think, would win.
I don't even know who that is.
Well, they've got 4 names, so there you go. Okay, so Matt Crafton, God bless you, sir. Still running.
Yes, he is.
Raja Caruth, I'm assuming no relation to Ray Caruth.
I don't think so.
Okay, good. I hope not. Okay, all right. Lane Riggs. Is there other Riggs that have raced?
Yes, there's a lot of them.
You can't swing a dead cat at a truck without hitting a Riggs, huh? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
Riggs and Burton.
Riggs and Burton. And then Matt Crafton, I think, who's my age. Pretty sure he's the Dick Trickle of trucks at this
Yeah,
point.
he's older than I am.
Oh my God. All right, dude, let it go. It's over. It's over. It's like a bald guy with a ponytail. Sometimes you just got to let it go.
Yeah. Oh,
all right. Anything else?
That's it for me.
That's it?
Okay. What else do we want to do?
What do you want from me? I've entertained your little funny name talk. I've given you picks. Yeah.
After qualifying and practice, we'll have a better idea. Just because we want to see where these guys are starting on the grid.
Yeah, and if you want to see any late additions to Tom's card, make sure you check him out at Rycape on Twitter, X, and also on the Discord channel as well. And,
I do a show on Sunday afterwards. I just give my thoughts real quick.
You do a post-race show too?
Not post-race. It's post-practice and qualifying.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, Sunday at noon. Sunday at noon. HitThePick.com. You'll see me on there.
Okay.
Real quick. I talk about what we talked about on here, whether I still like the numbers, whether we got better numbers, and then what I'm looking to add before the race starts.
Well, that's cool. So if people are watching this show and going, I wish there was just a show with Tom without the annoying fat guy talking all the time, that would be the show to check out there at hitthepick.com at the YouTube channel as well. So you can do that and just get Tom doing his free
NASCAR report.
The NASCAR report. There you go. All right. Well, yeah, this has been a quick one, and I guess it's twofold because number one, we don't have a guest, and number two, there's no Xfinity to talk about, and number three, we didn't really have a show last week, so we didn't have to do a lot of recap. Although you did talk about some of the highlights that you had posted, but yeah, a lot of things that usually take up a lot of time did not take up a lot of time, and except for me explaining why we haven't taken up a lot of time, which is taking up time. So let's call it, buddy. I know you I know you guest appear on a lot of different NASCAR shows, and I know you probably have a lot of that to do tonight. So just to recap, run down your sheet for us real quick, bud.
Yeah, so we are taking Chase Elliott to win at 22-1.
Okay.
Ross Chastain to be the Group C winner. You can find that on DraftKings, and that's going to be plus 260. He's in that group with Busch, Buescher, and Wallace. Also for the Cup Series, I like Christopher Bell to be the top Toyota at plus 350. And then for the trucks tomorrow, Saturday, we are taking Tanner Gray to be in the top 5 at plus 650.
All right. I have one final question before we get out of here. And I know you liked Elliott Chastain at 22-1. Because that's not available everywhere and there's such a disparity in that number, what number would you play that down to? What number do you start losing value where you're not interested anymore?
I'd go, the lowest I'd probably take is 17.
Okay. So anything lower than 17, it's a pass. Find somebody you like a little bit better. All right. I got you.
But then he may qualify well, and then 17 might be a gift. So,
Yeah. So pre-qualifying 17, and then based on qualifying, plan accordingly. But so the bottom line is, if you in qualifying is tomorrow morning for Cup,
I think so.
Okay,
you can find that on Amazon Prime.
If you've got a situation where you can get on your computer right now as we speak and find that bet at 22-1, Tom's advice is hammer it. Yes. Hammer that bet. So, all right, guys. Thank you very much, Tom, for your insights. It's always great because I like to watch the race. I don't always have it on solely, but I'll watch it with something else going on Sunday afternoons. So it's always great to know Tom's thoughts, and I always have somebody to root for. And of course, me, you know me, I'm a DGen. So whether I know anything about it or not, I'm going to go out there and make a bet or two. Because lack of knowledge never stopped any better from making a bet. So
I got Wes betting on it.
You got Wes in NASCAR now?
Yep.
Outstanding. So, guys, thanks very much for watching. As always, don't forget to check out all the great deals over there at hitthepick.com. Check out the Hit the Pick YouTube channel as well, where you'll find me and Tom doing daily sports videos on sports without wheels and laying out some of the thoughts, plus our other partners over there, Mr. Delano and Sniper West, as well as Loud Esmond, the goat of goats. So, and he's a great follow on social media, by the way, if you want to see pictures of goats, little cute goats, not the annoying, butt you in the nuts kind of goats, but these are little cute, little tiny goats, pygmy goats, I guess they call them.
I dig them.
So, and he doesn't eat any of them. That's just amazing. So you ever had goat, Tom? You ever gone to like a Jamaican restaurant? Little goat?
It's not my favorite.
My daughter loves goat. Just loves goat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start showing her some of these pictures.
Yes, goat, lamb. I don't need any of that weird stuff.
Hey, if you can make a sweater out of it, I ain't interested in eating. All right. If you can't make a football or a leather seat from that animal, I have no interest. None.
I'm with you.
All right, buddy. You guys have a great week. Have fun this weekend. Go out there and have a little fun. Make a little money. Tom and I and a special guest to be named later will be back again every Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:30 Central, 2:30 Pacific, and as always, Mountain. Figure it out. You guys are used to that. So until then, have fun. Have a great weekend. And let's go out there. And Tom, what are we supposed to do?
Let's cash some tickets.
There you go, baby. You guys take care. We'll see you next week.